Hey all, Jinlu here with the episode 10 of the Fireside Chat with my co-firesiders Risfoina, Lidz87, and the Broadway Saiyan. This originally live aired on Lidz87's Twitch on July 27th. That was Tuesday right after the SQUEX community stream and the actual release date of Cor, the global first character, which is a surprise to say the least. And his kit is amazing. I did do a how to play for him. So if you're interested on my really in-depth look into his kit and how I use him, how I play him, my recommendations on him, then definitely check that out below. And so since we did do this Fireside episode during his event release, we did not yet actually have that much experience using him yet, but we do have a great discussion about him, whether you should pool or not, what we think about the character, along with the upcoming units as well, Cloud of Darkness, Brothers Divine boards coming, Tidus, all that good stuff, and the July SQUEX community stream. So definitely an interesting episode. Timestamps will be below as usual. And thanks again to all who joined us live. The next episode, as usual, will be most likely the Tuesday or Wednesday after the August SQUEX community stream. So look forward to that and hope you all enjoy.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Greetings.
What's going on, everybody? How are them polls, guys? Chatter.
Res just resubbed to Fireside Chat.
Oh, she did. Res, Fireside Chat for life. What is the gang now? Yeah.
Oh, look at that command.
Fireside
That's a fancy command.
Yeah, it's all thanks to
Where's
Dragon.
my OnlyFans link? Is not there, and also Lidz87 is spelled incorrectly.
Is it really? Wait, what? That's funny. I'm super quiet. I feel like I'm always quiet, and if I turn it up too much, I'm gonna be like, let me turn up the volume even more. Let me know how that goes, guys.
Yeah, you guys let us know how the sound equality is.
Do a poll battle. We're like pretty much done.
We should pull again just to get more copies.
Right, of course.
For entertainment purposes.
IDW, with the sub, did you guys pull already? Maybe we did, maybe we didn't. Dun dun dun. Some of us did. Some of us did.
Everyone but 40 essentially, but it's not like we have hands-on experience. We literally just pulled and now we're here.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get his armor right now and do his event, but it's slow as hell. So, all right, guys, we're just going to hang out here for a quick moment, and then we will go ahead and get started with the show just to give viewers a chance to come on in, as we did just come live right now. Server is quite overloading. Yeah, did Jin and Rez, did you guys experience any?
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah.
As any GL First.
Not really.
Okay.
Oh, it was bad for me. Like, I'll be stuck at connecting screens for a long time.
Yeah. Damn. Hold on. They're saying I'm still quiet. I'm going to. I mean, I have this more amplified. Let me know if it's good there. Do I have to get like really close? Hey guys. I have the tendency of, like, when I'm talking, I like slowly just end up like over here, and then you guys start hearing me less and less.
I do that too.
You do that too.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
You can just have two mics on both sides, left and right ears. ASMR.
I should.
You should.
Like, hey guys.
Oh my god, I'm dead at the title. Work on that core. That's amazing.
I try.
Work on that core.
Yeah.
Do you try on the titles or you try on working on that core?
We're gonna start doing sit-ups and mountain climbers now on stream.
I have
And
a very
burpees.
weak core.
Hold on.
Actually, 40 can lead the workout sesh.
The core exercises.
Yeah, well.
Hey.
All right, just give me another second and we shall get started. Guys, hype. Oh, I hope your guys' poll went well. Everybody here. So.
Who didn't pull? I'm curious. Anybody in chat that didn't pull?
Yeah.
They aren't like a sheep like the rest of us.
Yeah, we're sheep. We're sheep. That's fine. All right, guys. You know what? Let's go ahead and get started. Yeah, let's do this. Let's go.
Let's do this.
Good. Let's do it.
All right, guys. So welcome back, everybody, to episode 10. Guys, we're at episode 10. 2 more episodes in. It'll be a full year for the anniversary. We'll have to think of something exciting to do, but welcome to episode 10 of the Fireside Chat, a monthly podcast amongst four friends, four Opera Omnia content creators. And what we pretty much do here is we drink, it doesn't have to be alcoholic beverages, and we talk about Opera Omnia. So if my fellow hosts would love to introduce themselves and what you guys are drinking.
I'm drinking coffee. Just came from pools with Res4ina for Cor, and that video will be up soon. And hopefully I can do a how to play for Cor as well. But yeah, I'm on YouTube. And that is it. Godfather as usual.
Will 40 ever get his title back? That's what I'm curious. I think he will. That being said, 40, how about yourself, fam?
Welcome back, friends, to another Dissidia Opera Omnia Fireside Chat. The Broadway Saiyan here, and today I'm having a sparkling water arrowhead.
Dead.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Who are you imitating there? Yourself?
Lids.
He's imitating me. That was funny.
Those impressions were amazing.
Actually, that impression video was amazing.
It was. It really was.
Pretty spot on.
How about yourself, Rez?
Hi, I'm Rez. I had to pull up Teddy to bring him, but he woke up. Okay. Say hi, Bear.
I saw that you were like, wake up.
Tired. He's so tired. He had a tummy ache, so he hasn't been eating for the last 2 days or something, and he's just I've been so worried about him, but he's okay now. But yeah, I'm Rez. You can find me on YouTube and Twitch and Discord, and as usual, I'm having a White Claw.
Nice.
Cheers.
Very nice. Lidz87 here, a fellow Opera Omnia content creator. Tonight, I am literally just drinking whiskey on the rocks. It's just Jack Daniels. I think there's more of a mixing whiskey. I got to get the good stuff. But yeah, no beer tonight. Don't want to get bloated, that stuff makes you bloated. So, all right, guys. So we have quite the topics, or the one main topic that we're going to be talking about later. But first and foremost, guys, how did last month go since the previous podcast? A reminder: last month we had Strago, Ash, Aroa, Leo, Kurosame, Wordlet, Sephiroth, Pestle, and Porum. Well, aside from Porum, because we all know from the video and the full battle, how did everything go?
Everything was. I mean, yeah. Go ahead, 40. You can go ahead.
Oh, okay, my bad. I the only person I really skipped was El Nacho. Was El Nacho was this month, right? I'm already forgetting.
Yes, he was literally at the start of last month.
Yeah, I skipped him.
Yeah, we covered him because we were a little bit late on the last Fireside.
Yeah, I think he was the only one that I skipped. Oh, and Noel. Everybody else, I went with tickets and got fairly lucky, I would say. I think the one that cost me the most was Iroha, but that was it. Lael, Burst Token, and I got the LD off of... No, wait, not Burst Token. I got Burst and LD off of 65 tickets. I got very lucky with Lael. Cypher got lucky too, and then, this month was pretty good for me as far as resource-wise. It hasn't been one of those costly months that I've had in previous months before. So overall, pretty good.
That's amazing. 65 tickets. That's beautiful. How about yourself, Rez?
It was mixed. I think last time we were on, I had already had the Noel devastation where I was supposed to skip him, and then for some fucking reason spent 300 tickets on him plus. But after that, Strago and Ash blessed me. I already had Strago max, but I got his LD on the free, and then I was upset because it wasn't Ash, but then I got Ash in one ticket, which was incredible. Iroha, I was also planning on skipping, ended up spending 150 or some 150 tickets or something on her, and I ended up getting her on a blue orb, which I was hype about. Lael spent 250 tickets and didn't get it. full skipped Karasame and Cypher. I think that's the first banner that I've actually fully skipped. Like I haven't spent any tickets on it because I hate Cypher. I already had all the LDs from Warrior of Light, Seth, and Pestle. I didn't have Warrior of Light Burst, but I'm not going to go chasing it on that banner. But and then Porum, as we all know, I was kind of middle of the road there.
How about yourself?
But
Jay?
the scary month is the one coming up.
Pretty good luck on all the banners. I fully skipped Kurosame and Cypher as well, just because Leo was the only banner that I had bad luck on. Went 450 tickets, didn't get the LD, didn't get the burst. I got 5 Kai's LDs, and then I stopped. But then I kept doing my single dailies on that, and I did end up getting his LD there. So yeah, overall, can't complain. Hopefully August is nice to all of us, because that's where we will spend bulk of our gems. It's pretty soon. But yeah, so far so good.
Very nice. Let's see. How did So somehow I ended up with Ashe. I think that one was free for me, and I did max her out, and I enjoyed using her. I wasn't able to acquire her at first when she first debuted on JP, so it was nice actually trying her out. I have been enjoying Iroha a lot. Leo, for me, I did get his LD. Haven't gotten the burst, at least not yet. We'll see what the daily singles do. Kurosame I've had, and although Cypher, I think Cypher's pretty cool. Haven't gotten him. Warrior Light, Sephiroth, Pest already had all of them, so I was set for that banner. Porum, well, I was. If you guys played our poll battle in reverse, technically I won. So, and then when it comes to El Nacho, I did have El Nacho's LD from before, and I didn't chase for Noel. I'll probably wait to see once Noel gets his burst weapon later down the line to see if I do want to chase after him. So yeah, so that was the previous month. Pretty lucky, I would say, except for the Porum battle. So there's that. All right, guys. So we just had the Square Enix community live stream yesterday, and we did get introduced to a global first new character. Before we talk about them, we are going to talk about some other things first, because I'm pretty damn sure that's going to be a huge majority of tonight's podcast. Now, they did introduce a quality of life change where on the status effects windows, it's going to be showing the turn duration of, buffs, debuffs. You're going to see percentages of the characters and enemy debuffs. My fellow hosts, how many times have you guys tried to keep track of the icons above their head, go into the status menu, count down the buffs, 1, 2, 3, and then count over above their heads? How often has that happened?
All the time.
A lot.
I do that all the time. I do. I've gotten used to it, but then it's gonna be so much easier now, especially people not used to it, like knowing which debuff is which and knowing which order they are in. Like a new player is it's so unclear for like anybody that's playing that's not used to it yet. So definitely a great and long overdue quality of life, I'd say. But JP doesn't have that, right? So I'm glad that we keep getting like these great global first quality of lives.
Oh, agreed.
100%. For some reason I thought like I thought we would be getting the feature where the bronzes and silvers were automatically sold. I was kind of hoping for that.
Oh, that would have been dope.
Oh yeah, that would have been super cool to have early, because I love that on JP.
right. You don't have to go. Yep, more ways for us to be lazy, but no, I mean this is a great quality of life change, for the reasons that were mentioned, and I don't have to keep counting anymore every single damn turn. Like, gosh damn it, what buff was that? How many more turns does Galuf has his LD buff left? All that wonderful stuff. So yeah, great change. Now another thing that we do have coming up is the Divine Brothers. How do you guys feel about that? You guys excited for another grind?
Super excited, because my ticket count, actually both on Global and JP, are pretty low, so it'll be nice to recover some tickets.
I feel you there.
Yeah.
Summon board months are the ones that we get the most resources back, so definitely looking forward to it. And obviously, if you're pulling for Cloud of Darkness, then farming will be a lot easier, but obviously don't pull just to farm. But I'm going gems, so I will have her, so it should be an easy farm at least.
Just a quick note, we got confirmation from Igma in the chat that core follow-ups also appear on the burst phase. Thank you for that. So we'll circle back to that. We're gonna circle back to that. That's amazing.
OP.
Amazing.
Oh, we'll get there, guys. We'll get to core. Trust
That
me.
is dope.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So Rez, you ready for them 400 tickets?
Oh yeah, I'm also going gems on Cloud of Darkness. It'll be Jin's in my part 2 pull battle. So hopefully I can hold on to those tickets that we get. But it's also me, so like who knows? I don't even know.
Okay. Now
Why am I like this? Why am I like this?
I think
I'm gonna try my best.
I think it's the need to just pull on units just to try to have them, you know? You get excited. Like I was the same way with Leo with his burst. I picked up his LD, and honestly his burst music is dope. Like I really like the music for that reason alone. I got hyped. I'm like, I want it. I need it. Like I've been considering using burst tokens. I'm like, nope, take a step back. It's not a part of the plan. But yeah.
FOMO is huge.
I feel you on that, but it'll be nice to replenish our resources with Divine Brothers. I am curious what's going to happen, though, once all the summons get their divine status. Like, what happens afterwards?
That's a good thing to
It's a
think
good
about.
idea.
I mean, because afterwards we're not going to have any kind of we're not going to have any kind of boards to farm after that, and we all know how much we love boards for free resources. I'm pretty sure they're going to come up with something, though. They have to.
That's what they did with Divine after we were done
Yeah.
with Ultimate. So
Yep.
I'm sure, there's no way that they're going to let us. Yeah, there's no way that they're going to let us like not have the resources that we've been able to count on for 2 months, like every other month for so long.
First, they can upgrade Sylph and Choco.
Yeah, right?
And then they can give us some new summons as well. Maybe upgrade Mog too. That'd be awesome.
So I got to ask you guys, have you guys maxed out your Silver Chocobo?
Nope.
Oh, shit.
Mine is. I'm a completionist. I did it like a long time ago when they had the events to help you max them. It was still annoying. It was still awful though. I don't see why they made it so hard, because it's not like you get anything great for maxing them either.
Yeah, I remember.
I know, they really did make it so hard.
It was a pain. Didn't we have to summon or work on normal stages or something? There was a chance for the mats to drop. Like we're talking like 15 CP days, guys. Like back in the day.
I think so. Yeah. I forgot the stage.
There was RNG involved where you can get either or of their materials. So let's say you had Sylph already maxed. Sylph materials can keep dropping when you're looking for Choco materials. So and then they didn't show up all the time either. So it was awful. I don't know why they did that.
I don't know. Beginning of the game, they wanted to make us suffer 15 CPs and then 35 CPs and then 15s. We're off banners. Gosh damn, we've come a long way in the game, guys.
We totally have.
Truly.
So Rez and Jin, why? I'm just curious. Why are you guys going in with gems with Cloud of Darkness? That's pretty nice because we're about to talk about her next.
So at least for me, I really want to hold on to those tickets from Divine Brothers, and with a unit like Cloud, like I was supposed to stop pulling on her for her EX banner back in the day, and I didn't, and I never got her, and it was really hard for me to stop pulling. And granted, while I did survive without her, she's definitely, especially now with her costume, gonna be a unit that'll be difficult for me to walk away from. I mean, I spent 300 fucking tickets on Noel, who I do not care about at all. So like no offense to people who like Noel, but I have no connection to him, whatever. He's dead to me after what he did. But Cloud of Darkness, I at least really like. I would love to get her. It would just be difficult for me to walk away, and I know that I would go over whatever ticket limit I set for myself.
Okay. How about yourself, Jin?
Just look at her, right? I mean, well, technically it's a genderless thing, but they did give it a nice outfit.
Yes.
And I've always had like a lot of fun with, I don't know, I did a how to play back in the day when her EX came out, and I just like the way that she plays. And I like having good friend units too. She's an OP friend unit. I'm hoping to get her burst. And yeah, that's mainly, and it's gonna be easy farming. So there's a lot of bonuses. She comes back with a BT plus. I don't know if I'll green her yet, but yeah, it's just nice to have in hand. Obviously, we won't be able to green a lot of units, but I do hope to have her fully available if I want to.
So for those of you not familiar, Cloud of Darkness is going to be receiving her LDM burst alongside the Divine Brothers debut. Synergy for that is going to be Cloud of Darkness, Raijin, Gabranth with the repeating LD Yori, Balthier, and Shalata. Balthier, this is going to be interesting because we have Balthier as LD on the global side of the game, at least those that decided to pull for him. So that's going to be very interesting how that can change team compositions up for the global side of the game. But Cloud Darkness, brand new LD, she gets a brand new buff, increases her crit brave damage, and whenever she breaks something, she'll jump ahead in the turn order. Burst effect, it works like a Noctis follow-up, where she does like a sweep attack. So it literally sounds like she's saying Cuchillo, and then a sweep attack. So 40, tell the global players why this is an amazing friend support.
I mean,
JP player.
That follow-up is just nasty. And also when she breaks, I believe she adds to her stacks. She does something. And then she'll get like she'll get like a free turn the first time she breaks with it. It's pretty crazy how powerful that is. But as a friend, even as a friend support, she's still very popular on JP. I still use her a lot in my party and as a friend support. She really ramps up damage too, like in another character's burst phase, because she's constantly spamming those follow-up attacks while your actual damage dealer, your burst character, is dealing their damage. You rack up a ton of damage with that character, so it's I highly recommend you consider going for everything on that character. She's really, really strong, even up to now. She's super amazing.
Now, would you guys
want to add?
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I just want to add, like, I did mention this, like, when I did the pools with Rez a little bit, but I do want to add that I feel like if you have minimal resources, I mean, they don't do the same things, but I would suggest going for Cor instead of Cloud of Darkness, because Cloud of Darkness, you do want her burst.
That's
Or they don't do the same things, but Cor is, to me, he seems like he'll be much more valuable and useful in more fights. So if you only have minimal resources, you can skip Cloud of Darkness. Use her as a friend only, and you can have Cor, which we'll talk about later.
Right. I could definitely see that. Yeah, we'll talk about that later, but I can see your argument for that reason. But yeah, no, Cloud of Darkness, she's great. Definitely is a great friend support. I know when she debuted on JP, used her for a very long time. I do have her. I actually greened her. Do I want to green her on global? No, I don't think I will. But I mean, just having that AoE sweep, and I'm not gonna lie, her finished burst looks like freaking Gallic Gun. I'm a fan of Vegeta, so there's that.
Heck yeah.
See, there we go. So, all right. So, but I mean, regardless, guys, if you guys decide to pull for Cloud of Darkness, good luck chasing for her. Lost Champ.
How is she? Sorry, question, because I saw it come up a little while. So, how is she as like a party unit versus? Because I know her real draw is like as a friend unit. How is she as a party unit?
Well, from my experience, she did very well as a magic attacker. She does have utility built into her kit with her second ability. As 40 mentioned, she has a stackable special effect. Once it reaches 5 stacks, her second ability, you can use it for free, and she does massive amounts of damage. I believe it was towards one enemy, and she delays the living shit out of them for 3 turns. If you use it before she's at least 5 stacks, she will delay the entire party. So she's a very powerful attacker that now with her LD, she can get free turns in. And like we were talking about, just with her burst weapon, that sweep damage. Now, I know when it came to Lufenia Plus, I would try to put other characters in there to more focus on increasing the party's brave damage, the HP damage, defense down on the bosses. And I would mainly use Cloud of Darkness as a friend support unit for that extra damage during a burst phase. 40, how do you feel about that?
I used her a lot as a party member. I actually, when Vayne BT Plus came out and Cloud of Darkness was the refeatured, I actually wished that I greened Cloud of Darkness over Vayne, because after using her as a friend support, and then seeing others use her and talking about her, I really wish that I went with her over Vayne. Not to say Vayne's is not good. Vayne is fantastic with BT Plus, but I really like a lot of the utility that Cloud of Darkness brings. And not to mention, if you know how she normally gets 5 stacks, right? If you use her LD, it can actually go above that. I think it goes to 20. So you can, if you think about it, you could set up, if you have a Cloud of Darkness in your party and you get the stacks up to 20 and then you go to burst phase, that's a ton of skill too that you could spam on that enemy. I mean, what's that? 12 turn delay plus all the other things that she does. It's pretty crazy what she can do. So I used her both as a party member and also as a friend support, and I still do to this day. She's fantastic. At least for me, that was my experience with her. I really enjoyed using her, and like I said, I wish I chose to BT plus her over Vayne. But I'm not. This time, I'm going to definitely BT plus her when that does come out to global. But she's great. She's awesome.
Yeah, I'll be using her. So guys, like if you can't make the decision, like either way, she's great on the party. She's great as a friend support. It depending on your resources, it's up to you. But yeah, as Forty's saying, she's great. She's great on the comp.
Nope, thank you.
No problem. So we are going to
burst is important to get which is kind of unfortunate for characters who you want the burst for. Then it makes it less enticing to chase for if you have little resources.
Yeah, true. She's one of those characters that I would consider needs her burst weapon to be at her most effectiveness.
Most effectiveness.
There we go. I was trying to be the most to be useful. Okay, how about that? I was trying to think of other characters that were also that need their burst weapons to function at their fullest potential, and some others that just popped in mind was like Yuna and what's his face, Jaeger.
I mean, Noctis was kind of one of them. Also.
Yeah.
Agreed. Okay, so anywho, but yes, good luck if you guys do decide to chase after Cloud of Darkness. So we are going to be getting 2 lost chapters this month. The first one is going to be with Daddio, but
yes.
I feel like a lot of players are going to seriously overlook Daddio for Cor. Do you guys have Gladio's LD already from before?
Okay. Yes.
I think we all do. Yeah, the 4 of us do.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was like a can't miss kind of unit back when his EX debuted.
Right. Okay. Yeah, same.
I think people will be overlooking Sabin because most people have Gladio and Sabin is the one that's with him. So Sabin is kind of getting the short stick, kind of like how Cypher got the short stick because everyone has Kurasame already.
Yeah, but Cypher deserves it.
Sabin is awesome. He's awesome with his LD and his rework. I love using Sabin.
I love him.
40, do you have Sabin on the JP side of the game?
He's fun to use. I mean, he's a little on JP. I'll admit he is a little on the slightly dated side. But with level 90, you could just run with a party with like 1 or 2 level 90s, and you're good. But no, he's really good. He's really strong. Very, very good. Is another delay unit or a unit that can delay. He covers 2 different elements, I believe. If I remember correctly, I think he enchants the. No, wait. I think he enchants himself. I don't remember. But all I know is I used him, and he's great. And to discredit him... Yeah, he has two elements. To discredit him...
And he just debuffs them,
Yeah. To discredit him just because he's on a banner where you already might have one of the other LDs, I wouldn't discredit him. He's really good. If you have no interest in him, that's fine. But I would not overlook him if you're thinking about a unit that is really, really good.
Yeah, I think you could say that about a lot of characters. It's just like he's not one of those can't miss players. I mean, units. But if you really like Sabin, then I would suggest following Ink Welder on YouTube. He's part of the Tomberry Troop. He is like the Sabin master. He did like long saga with showing everyone how the EX plus Sabin was amazing, and he's gonna do the same with his LD out. So definitely, if you want to know how to play Sabin at his best, you could follow Ink Welder on YouTube.
No, I also believe that Sabin is he has great damage potential. I didn't have him on the JP side of the game, unfortunately. I would use friend support Sabin, and honestly, like he's a great character. He can lower the resistances of his elemental attacks with this I think second ability and its plus form. He can ignore defense. His LD ability ignores defense. Trying to see what else ignores his EX ability ignores defense. So, and with 2-turn, I believe it was a 2-turn delay with this plus version of his second ability, and that carries over to the call action. So, if you're looking for a magic attacker that ignores defense and can potentially delay in his kit, Sabin might not be a bad option for you, you know. And he is alongside Gladio, who, I guess it sucks because now we have Cor, and a lot of players are going to be comparing. I'm pretty damn sure players are going to be comparing Gladio and Cor side by side. But, I mean, I still, yeah. I mean, Gladio, he's fine. Unfortunately, a lot of these characters being reran during the Lost Chapters, they're not going to receive some love, at least not yet. Crystal level 90 much later down the line. So I would probably say he's getting a little outdated. You could definitely feel it. I mean, of course, he could still work fine. But, I mean, Sabin, I think he's a great magic attacker. What do you think, Teddy?
He's definitely usable for sure. He can hold his own. Defense, a lot of defense ignore and peril for his own elements, delay, very utility character. And those can find a lot of uses if you want to make them work.
For sure. Okay, what do we have next? Okay, so we have yet another Final Fantasy Type 0 character. Jeez, I'm pretty sure their entire roster is almost in the game. But we are going to be getting Queen, going to be introduced into the game. Are you guys familiar with Queen herself? Are you guys excited for Queen? Are you guys going to pull for Queen?
To skip her completely.
Okay.
I was originally going to spend 100 to 200 tickets to skip her completely. Rip.
I like her. She's one of the Type O units I actually like in terms of having played with her in the game, and her kit is actually pretty decent with what she brings. So I definitely will try to ticket her, but not a gem pool for me, just because Type 0 is hardly ever gem pools outside of like Rem or yeah.
Right.
But she's a very solid unit, as many are. But like she has like the auras and the HP damage up, right? And
so one thing that she does have, which I find interesting, is that with her base kit, with her, I'm looking at her right now, with her skill 1 Manosphere, she gives the party members a 20% brave damage up, and that's just with her base kit, which a lot of characters truthfully don't have. Usually when they have party-wide brave damage up, it's built into either their EX abilities or their LD abilities as they come out. So that being there, I found that quite interesting. I know that she has the capabilities to increase your party stats. With her LD weapon, she increases HP damage up, HP regen towards the party, can prevent lethal if your party member's HP is above the 50% HP threshold. And she will give them an HP damage resist of up to 30%. Now, with her EX weapon, she grants herself a special effect. She does like she goes into her berserk state. I didn't play her on Type 0. 40, I remember you were playing Type 0 for a little bit. Did you try her there? Did she go berserk? Is that her thing?
I played Type 0 once on stream.
Oh, okay, my bad.
And then I lost the desire to stream it. Maybe I'll go back to it.
Jen, you played Type 0, right?
Did not get far enough to like learn her kit that well or remember it that well. It's been like 6-7 years maybe.
Okay. I didn't mean to put you guys on the spot. I was just curious if you guys tried her good. There, I mean, again, I'm guessing she's a berserker. After using her EX ability, she gets a special effect. I believe it was with her upgraded brave attack from EX ability. She gets to act again, and then with her upgraded HP attack, she does some nice damage. But she does like this really crazy maniacal laugh, like she's lost her damn mind. And I don't know, there's just something about that I like it. But,
nice.
But it seems like you guys are. Go ahead, Jen.
No, I was just laughing that there's something about that you like. You like people going crazy.
I mean, after a year from working from home, man, I'm a little crazy myself. So, but it seems like you guys are really not that interested in her. She's fine. She's okay. I got her on the JP side.
I'm more interested in her than Sabin. Me personally, just because of what she brings to the party. That's what I like those kind of units.
Okay. 40, did you pick her up when she first came on the JP side of the game?
Okay, honestly, I did because I pull for everybody on JP because I do it to create content. But my description of her and people that are more experienced with her that play JP in chat, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but she's like an offensive Orabot like support all rolled into one. But the thing is like everything that she does is actually good. Like her auras are good. Her support functionality is pretty good. And when she goes on the offense, especially in her berserk state, she actually deals a pretty decent amount of damage. So she can fulfill multiple roles. That's how I view her when I was using her and trying to understand her kit. Like she fulfills several roles. She's that kind of a character that can kind of do it all. In a pretty, I would say, a pretty good fashion is how I would summarize her.
Yeah, that's kind of units I generally like in DFFOO that bring a lot to the party.
Mm-hmm.
She does like HP damage up, Brave damage up. She gives like last stand, and like Brave regen, and like HP damage reduction, and like she just brings a lot of like things for the party, and she's like immortal at times if I recall correctly. Yeah, she seems pretty fun. Out of between her and Sabin, I definitely would advise Queen.
She does have more longevity than Sabin in the form that she does receive a crystal level 90 later down the line. So there's that. I mean, Type 0 fans rejoice. So pick her up now and she gets her crystal level later down the line. So there's that. All right, guys.
And Gwelder, don't hate me because I hate, like, obviously, like, when I compare two characters and I suggest, like, get Queen instead of Sabin, it's not because they do the same things. It's just I feel like one has more use in more situations. That's all. But obviously, they don't do the same things. Sabin is a DPS.
Agreed. I mean, magic attack or elemental damage. What was it? Was it wind and holy, if I remember correctly, which could come in useful in certain situations.
And delay.
Yeah. So there's utility built in. Well, I mean,
he does have a downside though. The animation for his LD should have been him suplexing a train.
Correct. I agree with this.
Because his animation for his LD is cool, but it should have been him suplexing a train.
It should.
Inkwelder's in chat. I'm sorry, I had to mention that.
Maybe they're saving it for the next tier in weapons. You never know. It'd be too OP. He would literally break the game. God damn. All right, guys. So on to the next character, the burst character after Cloud of Darkness, and I am very curious to hear your guys' opinion. It's going to be the one that they call Tide Pods. Okay, Tidus, Tidus, whatever you want to call them. I grew up on Tidus back in the day, but
I did too.
Thank you. Yeah, so did someone correct you like in a comment for you? It's not Tidus, it's Tidus.
Yes, you know how many times I'm sure you've heard that a lot, but I heard that a ton in my comment section too. I'm like, I grew up with Tidus, and besides, name pronunciations don't affect the performance of the character,
right?
So I don't even know why it's a thing. But
I'm trying to change to Tidus just because that's the accepted one, but I do sometimes slip like Tidus in Zidane, Aiko, there's just whatever. It doesn't really matter.
I only know him as I played FF10 later in life, and Halcyon got me early, and he was like, "It's Tidus," so I never knew him as Tidus.
Okay, fine. Nope. Yep. Commenters. Commenters can be gnarly when it comes to character pronunciations.
Oh God, yeah.
Yes.
Yeetus? There we go.
Yeetus.
There we go, guys. It's Yeetus from now on. Thank you, Banana Lord. Yeetus.
Oh my God, I just did the Tidus laugh.
Oh, shit.
Oh, God.
Jen's like, yep, I'm out. I'm eating out of this. Gosh damn it! All right, guys. So
Anyway.
Yeetus is gonna be receiving a rework LD weapon and a burst weapon. He's legit gonna be playing Blitzball out on the field. So the way that he's gonna be working, I guess, just a quick recap is he's gonna have a new mechanic where after he attacks an enemy, he's gonna kick a Blitzball at the enemy. Stackable up to 3 times on the third stack. I believe it upgrades to Jet Shot, where he does a spin, he does the Jet Shot whole thing. He can re-break all the enemies and just do more damage. So he's a debuffing type character, massive amounts of damage with his burst weapon, his burst effect, that Blitzball thing. He triggers it twice. All right, so he's going to be quite the impressive attacking type character. He does have the capabilities to act back to back. After using his LD, he gets to use his abilities for free up to 2 times. So you're going to see that green free ability used for twice. How do you guys feel about him? How do you guys feel about him now that we have Cor introduced? Well, again, we're going to talk about Cor here in a moment. But for players, when it comes to their resources,
I think this one's tricky because both of the burst characters are actually really good this month. This one's tricky. Yeah, Cor and Tidus actually would work really well together too. Man. But from my experience, not taking into consideration that we got Cor, he's great. I think he could live without the burst. Although the burst does amplify his usefulness and his damage to higher levels because his follow-up attack triggers twice rather than just once. So you could really abuse that follow-up attack that he does. Yeah, but if you're gonna pull for Tidus and you're stripped on resources and you're unsure, I think he can live without the burst. But you're gonna miss out on the double follow-up. You're only gonna get the one follow-up, but the follow-up is still really strong. Like when you go LD, and then you could use 2 free skill uses of his of either skill 1, skill 2, or C65. Usually you'd probably go skill 1 just because it has insta turn or it has like really a fast turn rate. So then that's a great way to rack up the stacks, and then you ideally want to try to get to 3 stacks as quickly as possible. So then that way you get Jet Shot on hand, and he re-breaks them or he force breaks them. I forget which one it exactly was, but he does that, and it's really strong. So it's tricky because both of these burst characters are good. But I think with Tidus, like I said, you could live without the burst if you're only going to go for the LD.
he cancels the break status.
Okay, so it's re-break. Okay, VL, yeah, VL confirmed it. Okay.
Rez and Jin, how do you guys feel about him? Are you guys familiar with him? Are you guys going to be pulling for him? Your thoughts?
He's gonna be. I really don't know. I'm gemming Setzer. So obviously, if I get the burst on that banner, I would want to get Tidus's LD. But I'd like to get his LD. It'll really depend on how the rest of my gem pulls. Really, the smart thing should be to wait until I do my pulls on Setzer, see if I get the burst on there, and then go from there. But it'll really depend. His kit definitely intrigues me. But I also know, like somebody said in chat, after Yuna, bosses start kind of countering his play style. I obviously have no direct experience with it. I'm sure Lidz87, you guys can expand further on that. But that's where I'm at with Tidus.
I want to circle back to that. Remind me, but okay.
Jin, I have no idea if that's like how intense that is or whatever. But
no, what you heard is definitely true. So, Jin, how about yourself, fam?
Yeah, this is the reason why August is a mess. Just because we have Cloud of Darkness and then we got Tidus, who comes with Setzer. So actually, there's a good chance. Setzer is a pretty strong pool that people mostly should pull for. So there's a good chance you get Tidus's burst. So you would want the LD as well. And then there's Yuna right after, who is amazing in her own right, and somebody I would like to use my burst tokens on if I don't get the burst. So yeah, most likely I will be wanting to get Tidus, but I don't. Depending on how the gem pools around him go, I might have to ticket him. Just use a bunch of tickets, but yeah, we'll see. He's definitely a strong unit, and if you don't prefer, if you're trying to decide between him or Cloud of Darkness, I mean, objectively, I think Tidus might be better, especially since you can only live with the LD. Much better, but
you don't
hard
want,
to say.
you don't-
Hard to say.
You don't want max guild daily? From
What?
You don't want max guild daily from setting Cloud of Darkness as your friend support?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Come on, man, that's a lot of gil. Do you guys think
5K. I haven't been getting that much because people aren't using my Garland as much as I want. Now I'm getting 4.
Oh, that needs to change. I know back in the day that was nice, but nowadays it's like, oh, okay, that's nice. So only 3 people like my unit. All right, that's fine.
Right.
Ah, jeez. Okay, so Typods himself. I honestly like him. He is I do believe that he is an amazing attacking debuffing type character. I remember on the JP side of the game when he came out, my thoughts were like, holy crap, this is like the next step up for like here's the power creep when it comes to attackers, just because of what he was able to do with his kit, the massive amounts of damage from his blitzball. What the hell does he yell, like Shuta or something along the lines of that?
I think so.
Whenever he kicks his blitzball, his jet shot, his burst effect, just doing massive amounts of damage. He pairs beautifully with X Death's burst effect. X Death, after units act or they get after their turn, he does the whole void thing where they receive HP damage. He works beautifully with X Death. The thing is, when Tidus comes out, we're just shy of 2 months away from Lufenia Plus.
Mm-hmm.
And as Rez was saying, there are some bosses that counter the mechanic. Now the mechanic is I don't think we have this yet on global. I know that I've seen a boss or two jump ahead because of minions, but they introduce a mechanic where if the boss doesn't get a turn within 15 turns, for example, they'll jump ahead and do a massive attack on your party. So that sort of shut him out. It kind of did shut out Zidane. It sort of shut out Vayne. Vayne has the capabilities to act back to back to back. But after a certain point, they kind of stopped doing that. So, I mean, of course, with the proper auras, you couldn't make them work yet again. Same thing with Zidane, because I know, when that happened, I was like, holy shit, they literally just canceled out Zidane. Once they stopped doing that, Zidane's amazing. Again, so it's the same concept with Tidus. You might have to wait, but at that point, there's different characters that could possibly outdamage him at that point. But when he does come out, he's a great character. Amazing character.
And didn't he just get BT Plus and Crystal level 90? Or isn't he getting it?
He already got it.
Yes.
He already got it. Okay.
He already got it. Yeah.
So he has longevity in that form. Did he get his crystal? He did get his crystal level 90. Yes, he did.
Mm-hmm.
He did. So there's the longevity in that form. So if you pick him up now, there you go. But if you want to wait and pick him up later, then that option is also there for you. All right. It does suck that there is no free multi-draw on that banner. I just checked on the
Rip.
So, all right, guys. So for the sake of time, we're just gonna pass some of the upcoming characters. Reno's Lost Chapter. He's fine. Rosanda, great support. White Mage. We're gonna be getting after that Boss Rush Jack. Don't skip out on Jack's LD. All right, listen to all our content creators here listen to their advice when it comes to Jack and his LD and his debuff. Leon, the dark attacking type unit that can enhance the enemies with dark and enhance your party members with dark absorb. Not a bad unit. But we're gonna skip straight to Cor.
Work that core.
Work that core, guys. All right, every single day. All right, 40. How many crunches do you do every single day?
Oh, I don't know. My morning routine. Am I really getting into this? The morning routine is like 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats,
shit.
and like 50 burpees, and like a 10-minute run on the treadmill.
Alright,
That's my morning routine.
Flex.
I'll be right back.
Same.
Let me push.
Totally same.
I do coffee.
Something like that.
Coffee bicep curls. Every single day.
Coffee.
Those are the best. At least 100 repetitions. So, okay, guys. So Cor, as you guys know, and I'm sure a lot of you have pulled for him, Cor just got released as a global first character. How sweet do you guys think Joshua felt upon playing his video?
I love that he had receipts. Love it.
Yep.
All right. Do you guys feel like when he played that video, he's like, yeah, no, fuck all y'alls. I did not say no more global first characters. Do you guys feel like he said that?
He didn't say that though.
No.
Hey, speaking of
Oh,
Josh.
shit. Joshua, I didn't curse. Hey, what's up, Joshua?
Hey. I love that he had the receipts just like ready to go. It was amazing.
I love that the receipt was the Kefka cosplay
Oh,
video.
shit,
Yes.
Joshua,
That was just an extra
yeah.
cherry on top.
You guys saw the massive smile though on his face as soon as he played that recap. He was like, "Yep,
Heck yeah.
I told y'all. I told you guys."
It's like he had it planned from the like he planned his first quote very carefully.
He did say that
troll
he
us,
was
the
waiting
long
for that
game.
moment.
The long con, indeed.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, that was amazing. That was amazing. Someone needs to make a clown by the clown. Yeah, right? Someone needs to make a video, make it happen of that guy that laughs. Rest in peace. Where he's like laughing like crazy, making Joshua like they believed. I said no more global first.
Oh,
characters
that
and
dude.
yes,
Yeah.
make it happen. Someone make it
Yeah,
happen,
that dude.
please. I need to see that. But all right, back on topic. Back on Cor, global first character for the global side of the game. Long story short, what he does, he grants one ally a buff where whenever they attack, he attacks before them. Same thing with himself. With his EX ability buff, whenever he attacks before himself, just doing damage towards the enemies. The enemies target either himself or that ally. He will attack before them. If the enemy does an AoE attack, he will attack before them with his LD ability. Stackable buff. Oh shit. Stackable up to 10. Sorry, I couldn't remember the number. Up to 10. His HP attack will upgrade to... Oh crap, I gotta find my notes. To Reaper... Reaper's what?
Oh, I was just gonna say rainbow damage.
It's a Reaper's Guild. Yeah.
Impressed you've got all this written. I have no idea how this dude
It
works.
upgrades to Reaper's Gale. That's what it's called. Reaper's Gale at 10's Gale,
Yeah.
which does maximum brave damage. Taste the frickin' rainbow. All right, so that means he will automatically go to the maximum brave damage, ignoring brave damage reduction buffs on the enemy. Now, this is something that is very hyped up because we have an upcoming character, Setzer, who grants that to the entire party with his LD ability. There's a chance for them to do that maximum brave damage. It was confirmed earlier. I know Joshua did mention it during his stream that he believed that it was Cor's additional attack did happen during the burst. It was confirmed that it does happen during a burst mode for a character. So how do we feel about Cor himself? How do we... First and foremost, let's start off with that. How do you guys feel about Cor?
I think he's awesome.
Okay.
Props to Joshua. I mean, he obviously did work on the unit. Like, he went through... He was obviously in charge of figuring out what the character does, how to explain it to us, and I thought he did a pretty good job.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, based on the slides that he provided us, I mean, Cor is pretty busted. Like, that's the reason like I advise Cor over like the upcoming units if you only have resources to pull one, because number one, global firsts are not taken into account. Like, they won't be like fights upcoming won't shut them out because they're too strong, because the fights didn't know they existed. So all of his like four ways to follow up, and it's AoE split damage. So if there's multiple enemies, the damage is like insane. Like he goes well with turn stealers, he goes well with other counter units and tanks, obviously. And like if the enemies go, he also follow up. If your units go, assuming they have the buff, they also follow up. It's just like he's kind of like a unit where it's really fun to build around and can be really busted when he's built around properly. So that's mainly the reason I pulled too, because Global First, very fun kit, very busted kit, and I wanted to see how he will play. But aside from that, I played 15. I thought he was pretty cool, but the character himself doesn't get me that excited.
Okay. Rez, how do you feel about Cor?
I mean, he goes from zaddy to daddy with his costume. What more? What more can I say? No, I really need to look at his kit more closely. I really should have done that before this, but I did not have time. But I'm just sorry. I have to sneeze.
Salud.
Shit. Ow! Sorry. I should have muted myself, but
okay.
yeah, I think he'll go well with Terra, and that's what I care about. I could be totally wrong. He seems like a lot of fun, and you know, I knew that I'd have FOMO if I didn't get him, which is my biggest problem. I'm sure I'll have more insights once Tumbury Troop came out with a beautiful, beautiful infographic that I need to go over. Props to them for getting it out in, you know, like
I haven't seen it.
24 hours, because it is really good. So I just need to really
came out with it yet. That's amazing.
Oh, link it.
Link
it if you find it.
Yeah, props to them.
Yeah, let me grab it. Here we go.
I was mainly just going off of Joshua's well-prepared slides, you know.
Yeah,
but,
which those were also fantastic. Yeah, bless everybody in this community. So yeah, I really need to do a longer deep dive, and then hopefully, Jen, you'll be doing a how to play.
I will be.
For Cor. Yeah, exciting. That's what I'll be using for my primary, like how to play this character. Will you add a section for how to use him with turn stealers, please? Thank you.
You mean Terra?
I mean, I probably, yeah, that would be probably. I mean, in his pros where he can go, like, yeah, with multiple.
Yeah.
He goes
so yeah,
well with a lot of units.
He goes a little with a lot of units. I really like that. You know, you can kind of slot him in most teams. I know that there are some restrictions that people were saying in chat, but he seems like a really good enabler of other characters, and those are my favorite kinds of units besides my own favorites, because it just makes my favorites work better. So yeah.
But the thing, I would just say, like, the thing between like him and Terra, for example, like Terra can take a lot of turns with Yang because Yang has his buff on himself,
right?
And so he can keep going and going and going, but then Terra can actually run out of
right, and then she'll need it reapplied.
Yeah.
40. Your thoughts on Cor?
Besides that he's awesome, I do want to address, please, chat, watch out for hot takes, because there's a lot.
Yeah.
Watch out for people telling you that.
Watch out for
people. Like people, I like a popular one is his damage is poor, and he's just a worse combined version of Young and Setzer.
How do people know his damage is poor before you
what?
That just hurts my soul.
Seriously?
To read that.
He wasn't even released yet. What is that? That doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, and like people were saying, skip because we have a better rainbow damage character and Setzer, which Setzer's not even a damage dealer.
Oh,
that's not his primary role.
That's
so
like,
I'm
why
like,
not both?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, why not both, right? Like Terra Young Cor, GG.
I think this is an issue with units that are mainly off-turn damage, that you don't see the big numbers on their main attacks, but then you count all the follow-ups he will do with when he takes a turn, he has a follow-up. When his ally takes a turn, they have a follow-up. When the enemy that targets him or the ally with the buff, or they target all, he follows up. And like if you like use them for example, like with like Eldnarsh or something, like the enemies can never take a turn, but they will always be countered with him and Eldnarsh's free turn. It's just there's lots of possibilities that you can do crazy amounts of off-turn damage as long as you have enough attack auras, you have brave damage up, you have HP damage up, things like that. His follow-ups can deal insane damage, especially since they're like AoE. So yeah.
I mean, even his buffs that he provides, I mean, he has a special effect, which is nothing to scoff at. I mean, what is it? 40% attack and max brave to the party, 30% stolen brave overflow, and then was it a 10% brave and HP damage up for the party and 20% for himself? So his
Right.
buffs and
He
his
has
effects
auras
and
too.
auras are
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
They're actually really
Yeah.
good. So he's fantastic. I do think that he's not straightforward. So for newer players, I would highly suggest like talking to your more experienced peers that play the game to kind of learn how to play him properly or to the most efficiency, because he's not a straightforward character.
Watch Jin's how to play when it comes out.
Exactly. Yes. Check out Jin. I know he's going to put one out because this is not a straightforward character. You're going to need to really understand how he works, especially how he triggers the follow up or his. I want to call this a reverse follow up because he does it before they attack. Because remember, if an enemy is targeting the unit with the core buff, that's when he will trigger the reverse follow up. Whatever the official term is.
attack, if you want to call it.
Preemptive attack. There we go. There you go. Let's call it that because it's technically it's not a follow up. It's a preemptive attack is what it is. So there's a little bit of mechanics that you're going to have to kind of understand with him to really make him effective. So he's not straightforward, but all in all, he's great. I think he's a fantastic character. I think there's going to be a lot of insane setups, different team comps that we're going to be seeing with a lot of core usage, and he's good. He's definitely one to pick up. I personally recommend him.
Yeah, it's not even the follow-ups or preemptive attacks only. He can actually like protect your party and himself really well, which is very important for Lufenia.
Yes.
And if you run him with like Warrior of Light, then there you go. You can't even like
oh my gosh,
be touched as long as you can take care of the orb. So
yeah,
there's so many there's so many units that he partners really well with. That's why I see him lasting for a while. If people want to use him, they can use him.
Hold on, I'm supporting the game and I'm buying his costume right now.
I already did it.
Oh yeah, I need to do that. I need to do that too. Let's all do that right now.
I just did.
He looks great. Way ahead of you.
I haven't gotten it yet, but I definitely will.
Buy it now. But
we're buying it on stream.
I'm doing his summon boards. You know, it takes a while to build up these units.
I'm literally working on him right now. I just got it. I just did his event. I got his armor, so I can't
Actually,
purple him, unfortunately.
Quick plug.
I know. I'm realizing my extra EXs right now to get enough.
There is a choco board for him, so you can get a 35 CP and you can get half of your summon board points. So
I remembered the 35 CP. I forgot about the 15 CP that you get from his event, and I had already used 4 power stones on it. I felt very foolish, but whatever. I have so many fucking power stones from
for that return
the last
on investment.
Several months. Yeah, that ROI.
All right.
I was upset that they didn't do this for Iroha. I think because she was a story character. I don't know why they really ruin like story characters. They don't give as much. But yeah, so Corey does come with the board that you can takes less time to finish him up.
I was curious about that too, but I mean, it is what it Core's Pandemonium Summon Board. Okay, I'm looking at his stuff now, so I should be able to collect all these. But all right, Cor. Oh yes, go ahead, Jen.
Oh yeah, well just because you were looking at the Choco board, like it's kind of confusing, but you want to do his Shiva summon board, you want to do his Leviathan summon board.
Yes.
And Alexander, so that you can pick up the Ifrit, remove Brothers, Diablos, etc. So the opposite picture. You don't want to do the pictures. Summon boards,
Made that mistake the first time.
But aren't these wild points that you receive? Yeah, right?
Yeah, so you can do Shiva, you pick up the Ifrit wild points, then you can max his Ifrit.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So you only have to do half the points.
Yep.
Gotcha. All right, so Cor. So first and foremost, I don't like the haters hot take just because it's from a game that they do not like. I've seen, like 40 has mentioned, his hot takes that he's seen. I've seen a hot take that someone was like, nobody wants this character, a side character from a game that nobody even liked. You have to look past that, guys. In this game, it's all about team compositions and what they can bring to the table. That's what this is. 3 versus, it's a PvE game. If it was PvE, maybe that would have been a different story, depending on what their kit does. But that aside, I think Cor is a great. Like I've been saying before, I said in my video, Cor right now will literally shit on any content in the game. He will take a massive dump on any content right now in the game. Boss absorbs melee. No, resistance to melee. Enhance him. Enhance him with Kurosame. Put Kurosame on the team. Put another enhancer on. Put Cry on the damn team. He will be amazing. He will pair beautifully with Terra, as Rez has been saying. All right, because he will attack before her. His additional attack, if you put that buff on Terra, the targeted ally, he will pair beautifully with Cloud of Darkness. Right, you go burst effect. After that's happening, Cloud of Darkness attacks. He will attack before her. Then Cloud of Darkness will do her sweep. He will pair beautifully with Typods. Okay, Tidus for those who want the proper. Or Yeetus, I'm sorry, it's Yeetus. He will pair beautifully with Yeetus. Okay, and I did see someone mention if it was that buff was extendable. I don't think it matters because his first and second ability grant that buff to an ally. His first ability, if I remember correctly, it was 8 uses. Second ability is 9
always be
uses.
up on one.
Mm-hmm.
It will always be up on one unit and himself.
It will always be up on one unit because that is I have my calculator open right now. 110 turns of that buff up, always on the targeted ally. So Paramount Adidas, he gets to act back to back. He is going to be constantly attacking before the ally. And the beautiful thing about him too is that he also attacks before the enemy acts when they are targeting the ally with either his own buff or that targeted ally's buff. So he is amazing at controlling the enemy's brave. Now, I think the important thing that we need to focus on now is Lufenia Plus. Is he Lufenia Plus viable? Now, I do want to ask. Let me ask Rez and Jin first and foremost. I don't know how much knowledge you guys have about Lufenia Plus.
Assume I have none.
Okay.
Assume I have none.
Okay, Rez.
Yes, because of his ability to protect the party as well. And if you build strong units around him that take care of the damage and the orb, he has his off-turn damages as well, and he protects himself and the party. So that's why I consider him. Yeah, I see him lasting a while. I didn't mention saying that he would stop working at Lufenia Plus. So
okay,
definitely he will keep going. And I'm curious to see. That's the reason I love GL First characters. I will not hate on what character they choose because it's just fun to have a new character JP doesn't have, and we can see new team comps and new ways to beat the fights that JP didn't have. Mm-hmm. So I'm very curious to see how. Yeah, curious to see how long people can use him and how many busted ways and busted team comps they can make out of him.
Okay.
I will say that there's one that one of the main cons is every time you use a skill you have to choose somebody.
Yeah.
I can see that, and that only that character benefits from the max brave attack up, brave damage reduction, HP damage.
Obviously.
So, but on that note, I mean, you could give that character a taunt. Either they have a taunt,
like a Celeste call, or them be a tank themselves. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Bosch, right? Bosch's call actions can taunt, right? So.
Yeah. Bosch. And and Orin comes out. That's gonna be fun. Use him with Orin.
Gosh,
yeah, he loves units that you want to give that buff to. It's great for them to have a lock.
Yeah.
A lock.
Yeah.
And also if it's an AoE, a fight that attacks all a lot, then we'll bring Eldnar.
Yeah.
And then
there you go.
Lock them, and then they follow up on everything. Yeah, it's pretty busted. The combinations.
Don't skip Orin.
You can use them with. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I did see in chat that and this might have already been addressed, but I certainly didn't know this, but he does not work with cover tanks.
Okay, thank you for bringing that up. So, 40, I did save you after Rin and Jez as a JP player.
Rin and Jez, I love it.
Jin, I'm sorry. Oh my God, Rin and Jez. Oh, I'm going to sleep. I'm going to bed. Jin Lee, the Godfather, and Rez. Gosh damn it. That's a whiskey, guys. 40, how do you feel about Cor for Lufenia Plus?
I think he's absolutely going to be useful for Lufenia Plus.
I'm sorry,
Absolutely. Yeah, especially if you build properly. As long as you have somebody that can handle the orb, he can totally work very well for Lufenia Plus. If you need to help your team survive, have a really strong tank, have him, and then have whoever can handle the orb, you'll benefit. He has a mini band-aid that he has, which is the 10 stacks rainbow damage attack. So he has that, and for anyone that's going to say, "Oh, well, that Setzer can do that," I'm like, well, why not just run both of them? I mean,
Yep.
Why do you have to use one? But I think he is Lufenia Plus viable. I think he's, especially the way Lufenia Plus is now. Yeah, he's definitely going to be very usable for a very long time, very very long time. Yeah. That's a good point. Maz015 Core with an enchanter will kill elemental orbs. That is correct. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Great point.
Yeah.
I can agree. So first and foremost, Jin, I'm sorry I call you Rin. Sometimes my mind skips ahead and my mouth just blabbers bullshit. I
love
apologize. It. So Rin Lee, guys,
I love
going
it.
forward. Oh, he hasn't been talking. Jin, you still love me, right, Jin?
I'm mad at you. No,
Jin?
Rin is an awesome name as well.
Jin? But I'm on the same page as 40. I do believe that you guys can make him last. Of course, like I mentioned, this is a team composition game. So as long as you pair him up with the proper units, I do believe, as long as you also meet that Lufenia Orb condition, that he could work in Lufenia Plus. Not just that, I'm going to say that he has longevity because we just got him as a global first character. Now imagine when JP gets him. He's going to be a crystal level 90 character. We don't know yet if he will be introduced with a new weapon tier. So well, I guess in that case, you do have to pull for the new weapon. But if he gets released before that, he has longevity in the form of crystal level 90. So, yeah, I do believe he is Lufenia Plus viable. I can't wait to try him out. The fact that his additional attack works during a burst mode, that is beautiful. That is beautiful, because even as a friend support, I believe that makes him even an amazing friend support unit. Of course, Cloud of Darkness. Bring him in, use that buff on one of your allies, go into your burst mode. You're going to be receiving additional damage during that character's burst mode. And he does refund some Brave to himself. Hold on, let me see the slide. Again, kudos to Joshua for just learning this character's kit. I was legit confused.
Yeah.
Even after I was talking to my viewers, they were telling me how he freaking worked. So kudos to Joshua. But he does refund himself by 30% of total HP damage dealt. So he's still going to have Brave on him as he does his Brave hits and then the HP attack. So
that's a ton of refund if you're able to enable him to deal a lot of damage. That's a ton of refund.
Now imagine with Iroha.
Yeah, that was one of the units I was thinking of as well. Yeah, it's just there's so many units. It's like very little units that he won't work well with, to be honest.
Now, I think this would be a good question to ask, as I'm sure a lot of players who haven't pulled yet are asking. Do you guys believe that he is pity worthy?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Okay.
That's what I kind of advised. I mean, in our pool with Resfoina, that if you have the resources, go for him.
Okay.
Yep.
And don't waste tickets. I mean, people can mix. You can do whatever you want, but if you're trying to walk away with him, just go straight to gems.
No,
That's my advice generally.
VL in the chat is saying yes, and VL is a JP player, so VL knows his shit. When Lidz has questions about JP, I watch VL videos.
Oh, yeah.
So
Shout out to VL. I mean, he's a great player, and he does
Absolutely.
great content. So you got a lot of people on the Pity Worthy side that are very well versed in the game. So if we're wrong, then you can hate VL. All right, thanks.
oh shit.
I'm joking, obviously.
Now, I don't know if players are thinking this. I don't know if players are reminiscing on this. when it comes between Cor and Setzer, due to their resources, how do you guys feel about that?
I'd say I would still. This is tough, but I would say lean more towards Cor.
Really?
Because the
Okay.
thing is, well, here's the thing. You have Setzer is out during Tidus's BT, right? You have enough time. If you're disciplined enough, if you're low on, if you're a resource, you only have enough resources for one right now, and Cor is currently out. Setzer, you have a few weeks. If you're disciplined enough to not pull anything else up until then you could technically attempt to get both. Because we're also getting a divine board soon. So Cor is out. By the time Setzer is out, Cor is gone. So I'd say go for Cor and then discipline yourself and hold off. Save all the resources you're getting in between, and then afterwards go for Setzer. That's my take on that.
Respect. Rez,
I think.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna add. I think it would have been difficult if it was Cor and then like right after that is Setzer. That would be really hard. That one I don't even know how. I don't even know if I could really give any advice on that because that's tough. But Setzer gives us enough time to like actually wait for his banner in between. So.
Okay.
Who you like more, I guess.
I'm gonna list
There's
percentage in the meantime, but all right,
Zell.
Jin, go ahead.
I mean, I like for all that they bring. I wouldn't say they do the same things, so it's hard to say. But yeah, just choose who you like more, I guess. But Cor is it's hard to foresee the usefulness of Cor down the line, so it's more of a gamble, I guess, with Cor, and we know Setzer's usefulness, but based on what we know, I would choose, if I had to choose, I would choose Cor, but yeah, try to get both.
Okay. Now, Rez, it's fair enough for me to say, as a primary global player, right?
Yes.
Let's say, who would you pick if you had to pick one? Setzer or Cor?
See, that's the thing. I don't know enough about both of their kits.
Okay.
But based on the like primary, I mean, I love FF6 is my favorite game. Setzer is one of my favorite characters. Based on what I know about their kits, it seems like Cor has more utility, but I think it's a situation where you can't go wrong with either of them. We are getting Divine Brothers. I'd say they're both two very worthy banners to gem.
I think Lidz is doing like some gotcha journalism. He's gonna take these sound bites when we're wrong.
Yeah, let's do this. Hold on. VL has spoken. Cor versus
Both,
VL.
okay? Everyone get both.
I am actually on the opposite side of my fellow host. So, you know, I'm hyped up. I like Cor. I'm very hyped up about Cor. I didn't finish Final Fantasy 15. I don't know. Legit, when he came out, I was like, who the hell is that? I just knew him from his uniform, that he was from Final Fantasy 15. I don't know who the hell he is. For a moment, I thought he was Nyx. All right, I saw the movie. I'd be excited for Nyx Global First, but
Nyx would be awesome.
Yeah, Nyx would be awesome. That being said, I do believe if players had to pick one, I would pick Setzer instead, because in my own personal opinion, I do believe that Setzer would fit into more team compositions than Cor. The only downsides that I do have about Cor is, again, what his kit brings to the table, it more than makes up for his cons, okay? I'm just throwing that out there. He doesn't have HP healing built into his kit. Again, the rest of his kit makes up for it. He only increases the party's brave damage by 10%. I kind of wish it was a little bit more. It is what it is. It's better than nothing. Setzer being on the team composition, he's a massive brave battery towards your entire party. That with his LD ability, the rainbow damage towards your allies, he does grant. I just looked it up right now. He grants it towards your allies for 3 turns. It's a buff, and it's wait, I might be wrong. It might be a little bit longer. Fixed dice extends to allies for 6 turns. So there's a percentage for your allies to do that max. I'm sorry, your party to do that maximum brave damage. It starts off at 70%, And then it starts going all the way down to 20%. That's the only downside about that. But the fact that Setzer can grant that towards your entire party, I believe is more beneficial than Cor. Yes, Cor has the capabilities by using his LD. He gets automatically 10 stacks, but you're going to be burning back and forth between his LD and HP attack. If you need to use that back and forth, you're burning through his LD ability. Cor has Freeze Joker built into his kit. He can freeze the enemy's Brave. Setzer. He can freeze, Setzer, he can freeze their enemy's Brave. So for that reason alone, I do believe if players did have to pick between them, I do believe they should go for Setzer instead of Cor.
God, I forgot about the rest of Setzer's kit. He was so clutch. I had so much fun with him.
Let me
like EX plus
obviously, like Setzer's call is like amazing, right? And the freeze is clutch.
Yeah.
I would say that this very largely depends on how you play Cor and how you build around Cor as well. Because if he's not doing damage on his follow-ups, then yes, obviously he's gonna be absolute trash.
Right.
So we'll have to see like how well his potencies hold up. But it is like about building enough auras that he can do good damage on his off-turn damage, and like obviously Imperial Enchant important, things like that. So, and Setzer is a different kind of unit, so it's hard to compare the two. Because Cor is like, you're saying like he only gives HP and Brave damage up of 10%. But I consider him like a more offensive unit. And so I consider those support functions as like bonuses to his kit. So it's like, wow, he has that too. You know, it's not like I expect him to be your HP damage and Brave damage up unit. You know what I mean? So it's like, that would be on top of what I'm bringing. Like, that would be on top of like Kurisame's call. That would be on top of like Jack's debuff. That would be on top of like my Sarah, you know, things like that. So it's very kind of like, when you're choosing between the two, since they're different characters, they're not very comparable, that it's hard to say exactly like which one is better. It's more about like how well would you use both of them, I would say. So, but Setzer does have like a disgusting call, for example. So that's why we said, I mean, you're making us choose, but I just say just get both.
Yeah, I try to look at it from the perspective of players that don't have the resources to do so. The real answer here, like Jin says, 40, like put them on the same damn team. You're going to be farming Divine Brothers. It's possible you could farm up enough resources and get Setzer also. But like I just said, I like to see the perspective of different players in their eyes. Oh, go ahead, 40.
I need to address something. Setzer's LD call does not give you the rainbow numbers. Setzer needs to be in the party.
Setzer is trash. Don't pull for him.
I need to point that out right now, because a few people think that the LD call gives you the rainbow. It does not. It will do rainbow damage when you call him, but your party members will not have the rainbow damage. He needs to be in the party. I thought the same thing too the first time I used him, and then I started using him as a call, and I'm like, wait, where's my rainbow damage? And I was like, oh wait, he needs to be in the party. He has to be in the party. And yeah, I need to point that out right now before people are only pulling for Setzer's LD for the call.
Thank you for clarifying that. Setzer trash. Kate says OP with LD.
It's just the freeze that is OP.
It is a freeze that is pretty OP.
Yeah.
It is pretty OP.
But I remember when Setzer first came out on the JP side of the game, I pretty much used them in almost all my team compositions, especially when Vaughn got some love. Like, that was massive amounts of damage. Did you do that combo 40 on the JP side of the game? Setzer
Which one was it?
Setzer and Vaughn.
Oh yeah, that was. oh my lord, yeah, that was insane.
When Vaughn gets his rework and LD boards, oh my gosh, Setzer and Vaughn on the same composition, that is powerful. So
hype.
But you know how freeze controls enemy Brave, but then so does his preemptive attack, of course. So if he's doing decent enough of damage, it can control their Brave just as well as well. So.
I already see the Reddit posts and Facebook posts that are saying Cor is doing 1 Brave damage, Lufenia plus without the proper team compositions. Bad character.
Yeah. Team composition is very important for Cor, yes. I would say, and playing as well, and how you play him. And you got to make use of his preemptive attack as much as possible.
Correct. All right, guys. So please feel free to start asking questions. We're at the tail end of the stream while we finish discussing about Cor. So feel free and contact my fellow host. If you guys see a question, feel free to answer. But yeah, team compositions, Facebook, Reddit. I can't wait to see. We've already been seeing it with the hot takes. I can't wait to further read upon that because again, this game is a team composition game. That's what's beautiful about this game. You know, there's no PvP.
So creative.
So you don't necessarily have to will in this game. If you save enough resources, you will be fine. And just plan the living shit out of your post and watch Jin Lee's how to play Cor video. Okay,
do it.
Everybody, please follow Jin.
There's a
on
lot of
YouTube.
pressure. A lot of pressure. Yeah.
Hold on, I was reading Slimane's more of an opinion about Final Fantasy 14 Endwalker release. Are the hosts gonna blue? From Halcyon. Are the hosts gonna blue armor Cor? I'm gonna start with this one. No, because I don't have the resources to do so. 40. How about yourself?
Heck yes, he's a global first. Yes, absolutely.
Rez?
I'm still undecided. I just blued. I was about to make if anybody here has seen Arrested Development, went to myself, like, I just blew myself. Nobody watches Arrested Development. Okay. Anyway, I just blued Sephiroth's armor and stripper off.
Yes.
And no regrets. So I gotta wait to see because like got a lot of favorites coming soon.
I just say like do it on the people you're gonna use a lot. His blue armor is very worth for him. He has the attack armor as well. So obviously you want the high armor for sure. Whether you blew it is up to how much you plan to use him. And I would say wait on how you like. Obviously he's new, so wait. Don't be all GL first gun happy and do it. I just 0-3'd him.
What?
I don't plan on bluing him because I only have enough for one more. I did Sephiroth and Tifa, so I would prefer it to be like on a favorite with a burst probably. So yeah, if you plan to use them a lot, definitely bluing is a good option, but I would just wait.
What's his blue? Because I haven't looked into it yet.
It's attack armor, right?
He has an attack armor.
Okay.
So it's just more damage. Essentially, like it will allow him to do more damage if he's able to like tap on his hits and such. His follow-ups could be a lot. So yeah,
gotcha.
Definitely not a bad idea to blue him, but do know that resource is so rare right now. I've only done 2 and I can only do 1 more right now, so it's you got to be pretty picky.
I have 3: Sephiroth, Porom, and Tifa.
Yeah, if you've done 3, you can't do another one.
Yeah, that's why I'm broke as hell right now. I'm not about to spend 20 purple armor tokens for 5 nuggets. After that, I'm good.
Yeah,
that's
a ripoff.
I'm good. So
I think they need to. I think they need to lower the amount on that because when it's 20 for 5, I'm like, yeah, no.
No.
But if you are bringing him a lot and say like you're gonna use him like with your burst characters, all his follows will be doing the blue armor damage. It's pretty well worth.
I agree.
That's just an objective look at it, but
yeah,
blue armor is very subjective, I'd say, on who you want to use it for because it's so rare.
Right.
Cloud Colin. Oh, are we doing questions or?
Yes. Go ahead, 40.
Because Cloud Colin has one. One of them I will answer. If there's a quality of life that you wish to have on global, what will it be? Fix the friend list.
Yes.
Make it so that we can have more than 300, like push it to 500, and then when you hit auto, when you're inviting for co-ops, don't just auto invite the first 20 on the first page. Just have it do everybody that's online on your friends list. I've been pushing for that since this game came out. I told Josh about it. I think I told him about it at E3 in 2018. I was like, can we fix the friends list?
Joshua, can you please put that in the
Please?
suggestion box for
Simpler
the
times.
developers,
Please?
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 As a,
SQUEX has, he has us on mute now.
Yeah, probably. He's like, I'm tired of these guys bullshit. I'm down.
Right.
I feel like as a content creator, when you want to play with your viewers, just inviting the entire list, first come first serve kind of basis, it would be useful. Like the first 20 lists, I'm like, God, I wish I could invite just everybody.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, it's part of the reason why I don't do co-ops on stream anymore. Like it just takes too long to find the person, and then it's just like it's not enjoyable for people watching. It takes too long. Like I like to use books when I use my bells, and it's unfortunate because it is a great way to like interact with viewers.
And tell me how many new people out of the blue. I love you lurkers, all right? I love you guys, but tell me how often out of the blue new players like, hey, add me, and when you're doing co-ops, how often does that happen?
A lot.
All the time.
And I have to say no because it's full. Or I'll do
Right?
spring cleaning. I'll make a rule. I'm like, if you're if you're away from the game for like 2 days or more, I'm probably gonna have to remove you just to be fair.
Yeah. So that'd be nice.
Talking about like additional things to it's not really quality of life, but let's have other things to do besides co-ops. I mean, for events, I'd say.
Yeah, I think that'd be nice.
You know what? Like bringing that subject, I have been an advocate for a different game mode, something that resets every single month. Rez and Jen, you guys play Tales of Cristoria. You guys see that climbable tower. We have something like that, Dimensions and Entropy. But if that reset every single month, it gives the player something to do in the meantime when they're done with that event that they could finish like what, half an hour, not even. So yes, agree with introducing a new kind of event for sure. Game mode, I should be saying.
A different thing that comes with the events, so that it's not just co-op shop farming.
Right.
Now, this next question, it's going to come from me for you guys.
Ooh.
Now that Joshua laughed in our faces because we got it wrong, what global first character do you guys want introduced into the game on the global side of the game? We're going to start with
Outcome all the tactics fans. Outcome all the tactics fans.
Yep. I'm going to have to say any tactics character except for Argath or Algus because I hate him. But yeah, any tactics character at this point, please, like it doesn't even if it's like kind of unknown, like the assassin twins, Celia and Lead. I think they would actually be really cool as playable characters. Any tactics character except for Argath.
Oh,
no Argath.
I hate that character.
I heard he's worse than Seymour.
F that mofo. Seriously.
I think Seymour's still worse, but it's just the way he portrays himself. Like Algus, excuse my language, is a straight up asshole. Like from the get go. Like you're like, what the heck? This guy.
Yep.
He's just a straight up asshole. Where Seymour, he kind of worked his way. You're like, oh my god, this guy's evil. He's so diplomatic and stuff, and then all of a sudden you're like, yeah, I hate this guy. No, Algus, he just straight up like, wow, I hate this character from the beginning.
Yeah, Argath is like that no bull douchebag kind of person. Doesn't think like if they're like lower than him, he doesn't give a shit about. So
yeah, like he's awful.
Jen, how about yourself, fam? Global first character, who would you want?
Well, I'm a huge tactics fan, so I'm not gonna list a tactics character because I've already mentioned how much I love tactics. So, and it seems like they're not coming in the game. That just seems to be the way that the devs want to play it. So, aside from tactics, then and aside from like Riku and Nanaki, all the usual people will be clamoring about, I will go off the book and I would say Jesse.
Oh,
ooh, good one.
Ooh, thirsty Jesse.
Damn it! You haven't even played remake yet, Jim.
I think.
Wait, what?
You gotta just watch the cutscenes, and then just like Jesse is gonna be like the waifu that everyone will pull for. They will make tons of money.
You stole mine.
They will definitely work out. Did I steal it from you?
Yes.
She was
even in my AMA video from over a year ago. She was at the top for me.
Really?
For global first character, I hope for.
Rez,
I mean, you can join the Jesse train. We can join the Jesse train.
Jessie, I mean, I fucking love Jessie, and her voice actress Erica Lindbeck is one of my favorites. They made her so thirsty in Remake, and I respect the fuck out of that. She would be so much fun. So I'm definitely on the Jessie train. I would to have a different one, like besides, you know, the typical ones. I still need to play FF Tactics. Don't hate me. I will, because I know I love it. I know. I love tactics games. I'm a big Fire Emblem person, so I will play it someday. I promise. Halcyon has it loaded up on PS3 and everything. So
Rez,
I would love. Yeah.
I'll
What?
make you a deal. You play
What?
tactics. I'll finish Chrono Trigger.
Oh,
That's a pretty good deal.
I've tried it. I never beat it, guys. Throwing that out there. You do tactics.
Okay.
I'll do Chrono Trigger. Throwing that.
We'll
out there.
talk offline.
Okay.
But I would love to see Sung in the game.
Oh,
One of the other Turks. He was also great in Remake, like that flow. But he was I loved getting a little bit more backstory on him in Crisis Core. I didn't play Crisis Core, but I watched all like the, you know, the cutscenes and everything. And it was interesting getting a little bit more backstory on him. He doesn't fucking age. Like, bless whatever he's using for like skin products. Oh my god. I would love to see him in the game. He's a fascinating character to me. Jessie would obviously be first, you know, in this list, but Sung would be very cool.
Yeah, so many great options. For me, number one pick will always be Nanaki. There's something about Nanaki that I just love. I love his story. His story in the game, you know, with the rival tribe, all that wonderful stuff. If you haven't played, it's been out for a few years, so spoilers. I don't know. I'm not gonna try to spoil anything. But aside from that, from Final Fantasy VII Remake, after Nanaki, of course, I would love Rufus with Darkstar. Final Fantasy VII Remake, Rufus. Oh my gosh! If you guys fought him, oh, that was a beautiful fight.
Yeah, that was a fun fight.
Yes, and then we could get like a full dog team. We get Intercepta, or Shadow, we should be saying, but Intercepta, Renoa, and then Rufus Shinra. Make it happen.
I want
Nanaki
him
first,
to
though.
use a calculator.
Nanaki first. Oh, I would love Nanaki to this day. Yes, please make it happen. It's not Red 13.
Yes.
That's what Hojo named him. That's the scientific name. It's Nanaki. That's his tribal name.
I think you have to stop mentioning Nanaki, you have to stop mentioning tactics, and stop mentioning Riku, and otherwise we'll keep delaying. We'll keep delaying them forever, and it will never happen.
Joshua's with his calculator right now. times three.
Delay.
For each
Keep
time
going
you
up.
mention it, adds another like month.
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's
it
pretend they
does.
don't exist now, and then they'll come.
Yeah.
All right. Again, friends, ask your questions away, and we will answer them. A few more questions, and we are done for tonight. But oh man, I wonder if that's true. That'd be funny if that was
Fusoya and
true.
Tello would be dope.
There's a button he presses. Delay.
Look what I just heard.
Yeah.
Bloop, 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 bloop. Oh, 3021 is finally when we get Riku. I seriously think we'll probably get Riku once the game's about to end.
It's their lifeline.
It's it's the lifeline.
The game is struggling. They're gonna start releasing like Riku and Nanaki and tactics or something.
Oh, from Nightmare here. What bosses would you guys like to see in Opera Omnia? Emerald weapon, ruby weapon, make it happen.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we were talking about a new game mode. How about we get like a tower similar to you know what Tales of Crestoria has, and it's themed like like one tower theme could be the 4 fiends from Final Fantasy IV. You have to climb them,
I like it.
and then afterwards another tower would have like what is it, the fiends from Final Fantasy, was it 3, with like Araman and stuff like that. That would be cool. You know, or like maybe just a tower in general where like you fight like a well-known boss from each series, and it's the actual boss, like not a reskin. You know?
The Judge Magisters.
That's dope.
Give me a Judge Magister.
Yeah.
Like final boss fight.
I love that idea. That's amazing. Is there a suggestion box? Jin.
Sounds similar to what we were discussing like last podcast, right?
I guess so, yeah. I mentioned the Final Fantasy 11 that the players couldn't kill for like a week straight or something. Absolute Virtue, there it is. Thank you. But yeah, no, I mean,
Yeah, I would definitely love that. That sounds like, yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying. Like, we do need something that that is aside from co-op. So then, like, fighting like an ultimate super boss and some sort of like recurring, like we mentioned, like you can try to get your highest score and you can keep trying to beat the highest score with as your teams get stronger. Something like that would be pretty dope.
Yeah.
Like it's always available. You can just keep trying to get a higher score, and certain scores thresholds will get you certain rewards. So I think that would be something that would be really fun, and you can work towards as you build a stronger roster.
Yeah, it's new player friendly and veteran friendly. Oh my god, 40 is absolutely correct. The Tonberry is still not in DFFOO. Master Pug.
Jedi Toneberry from Final Fantasy 15.
Master Pug.
Yeah.
I guess.
Where's the Tonberry?
What about Ultros?
Oh yeah, that would be a fun event. Ultros and
Which one was that? Is
T-
that,
Chupon.
is that the octopus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Tell you what, guys. How about 2 more questions, and then that will be the end for tonight. So ask away. And how about Rez? Pick the next one if
Oh,
you
God.
see one. If you see one. So, Ultros. Is that a boss from Final Fantasy 4?
6.
6. Okay.
Octopus, right?
Octopus. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah,
You guys gotta play 6.
I wouldn't. Oh shit. Yeah, I've never played. I started 6,
I mean-
but I didn't get far.
Yeah, okay, you gotta play Chrono Trigger and 6.
I'm telling you, when you play Tactics, I'll play Trigger. That's the deal. That's the deal now. And I feel like
I
they're both
will
about the same
eventually.
length too, right? So they're both pretty long games from what I hear. Like,
I think Chrono
Yeah.
Trigger is shorter,
but Chrono
depending
Trigger
on
has
how
like,
you build up your tactics characters.
Chrono Trigger is
Like-
like 25 to 30 hours. Tactics games, I feel like it'll take me so long because I spend so long optimizing and grinding and just
Tactics can take a long
Doesn't
time. You can
Chrono-
really like
doesn't,
invest in
can.
building your teams, and the fights take a long
Ooh.
time as well.
oh, I think 40 spotted one.
I see a question. Which FF game do you feel is the best represented in DFO? Type 0?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Type 0, hands down.
Yep.
They're strong,
Absolutely.
but F-Type 0 because of Opera Omnia. Seriously.
I agree with what Halcyon said. Tactics is like the length of Chrono Trigger and FF6 combined. If I play Tactics, Lidz should have to play both.
Okay.
I agree to those terms.
Okay. No, yeah, I for the longest time Type 0. It started off as JP. JP, from my understanding, they love Type 0, so of course almost all of them are represented in here. Who's left? Who's left from the Type 0 class? Sice?
Sice.
Is that the
Just
only
Sice.
one?
Which is like one of the more popular ones too.
Oh,
Yeah.
is she?
They always withhold the popular characters.
That's why Nanaki
She's the
isn't
one
in the game yet.
with the scythe, yeah.
Damn.
I only realized like very recently, like a couple of months ago, that Trey is supposed to be like 3. Red Us. Yes, Red Us. I'd also love to see Larsa.
All right, guys.
Larsa needs to come join his big brother.
One more question.
One more question,
Who wants to-
guys. One more question. But I mean, I've always felt like I do feel like the Type 0 characters are strong, but there are too many Type 0 characters. Gosh damn it, too many. Like there's so many characters from other series games that are not even here.
Yeah.
Quina from Final Fantasy IX, Queen Braum. She would be an amazing thick waifu in this game. Let's be real.
Amaranth.
Amaranth. So
Well, we're assuming the game will go long enough that eventually we will get these units.
Right.
correct. So Hojo, come on, Hojo has to be in
Hojo,
the
oh god.
Let's be real.
I hate Hojo. I hate Hojo.
Hojo get wrecked.
Oh
my God.
man. You know, it kind of like it sucks that Kadaj got brought into the game before Nanaki, as Nanaki was a main character, but I mean Kadaj still a Final Fantasy VII character, so that's fine. Oh boy, Rez, do you see one?
Oh god.
If-
You guys choose. I'm so
Okay.
bad at choosing.
I
these.
did spot one that I think is a fair question from Mana Nick. How do you guys feel about crossover events? So I'm gonna start it off first and foremost that it's already been done with Dragon Quest of the Stars, a game that closed.
That was awful though.
Yeah, we only got what, stickers?
We only just got stickers.
Yeah.
That's not really a count.
I didn't know it closed. RIP.
Yes. Oh, it's closing or it's about to close. No, it's closed already or it's about to close. But I just know that they stopped it, and I don't even know if they passed a year yet, truthfully. But how do you guys feel? How do you guys feel about crossover? Now isn't Dissidia a crossover? This is Dissidia. This is a Dissidia game. Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omni. It's in the damn title. So calling that crossover, I would have to disagree with that. But all right, I'm gonna ask my host. How do you guys feel about crossovers? Do you guys think they would do that?
I don't think so, only because of how strict this universe is. Like, I could see how they could do it with FFBE, but because it's an original universe and it is possible to do it. And even when they do, it's not really like part of like the main story. They're just kind of like thrown in there, and then that's it, right? But this game, I feel like the storyline and the way it progresses is so strict, the way that it's written, that it would just be really weird. Like, if I wanted to see like a crossover, I think the closest that they could do, because this game is technically built like a Final Fantasy game, is probably characters from Bravely Default. Maybe because of the way that game that storyline is, it's very Final Fantasy like. That would probably be like the only one that I think could maybe work. Maybe. That at least just from my opinion. But other ones, I mean, it'd be cool, but I just don't see it happening.
Okay.
You can kind of shut down the fact that it would happen already. And the fact that there's so many Final Fantasy characters yet unreleased, I'm okay with it not happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Rez, how about yourself?
I'm very okay with them not doing a crossover. It's just, I feel like it's been so long that this game has been out for so long with no crossovers. I mean, it's a meme at this point. I just feel like it would, like 40 said, it would be hard to kind of stick them into the story. I know a lot of people really want Sora in the game from Kingdom Hearts. I know a lot of people have said they would riot if Sora from Kingdom Hearts
That would be
got
very
into the game.
divisive.
Yeah, it would be extremely divisive. So I'm just like, let's stay far, far away from it.
Oh God, Hannah Montana. No Ariana Grande, no Katy Perry, none of that nonsense in DFFOO. No. None of that. No.
What was that? Brave Exvius?
Yeah.
Right, nothing against the artist, okay? No, I have absolutely nothing against the artist. I hate the fact that they did that in Brave Exvius.
Did what?
They brought in Ariana Grande as a character in Brave Exvius, and who was
No.
Yes, they did. And Katy Perry. I'm not kidding.
No.
Yes.
Oh my God, I thought you were just saying those
No,
names
it's
a real-
randomly.
it's
Holy
real.
shit.
It's a real
Yes.
thing. And I didn't think it was
Stop.
real until one of my buddies, who's a big content creator for FFB, or at least I think
Dangerous
he was.
Ariana.
Clay,
Holy shit.
It's like, really?
Clay posted a video, and I'm like, this can't be real. No, this is not real. And it's real. It was real, and I couldn't believe it. Ariana Grande is a Final Fantasy character, guys.
Oh, that's taking it too far, in my opinion.
That is too far.
Way too far. If they do a crossover, I would want Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, but the main characters like Rain, for example. Who's the other guy? Laswell. They're technically a part of the Final Fantasy universe, so I guess that wouldn't really be a crossover. But crossovers themselves, I don't think I would like that, truthfully. I mean, it'd be a great way to save gems for myself, but I tried out Kingdom Hearts. So I know a lot of players want Sora in the game. No, I don't want Sora in this game, because then we're gonna freaking see Mickey Mouse in this game. No, that's the day Lidz quits. The day I see Mickey Mouse, F out after this. Hell no.
If I had to go with one Square Enix franchise that's not like an FF spinoff or something, let's see Magus in this game.
I would counter that with Legend of the Dragoon.
Even though I never played this game like near like A2 and B. What is it? What's her name? I can't even remember her name right now.
2B.
But yeah, 2B, right? They would be awesome. I would love to pull
Near
up them.
Automata?
Yeah, near Automata, yeah.
Gotcha. How about yourself, Woody? If it had to be a Square game. If any, fam.
This is not really a Square game, although the first one was published by it, but I would actually like to see characters from Breath of Fire. Actually, I love that series. That was probably my second favorite series on the Super Nintendo growing up. And then afterwards it went over to the PS1. Yeah, Breath of Fire for me.
That would be dope. And I know it was just mentioned that War of the Visions from Malachite Gaming. That's technically Final Fantasy 2, so that'd be nice to see in this game too. So all right, guys. So that is it for tonight's episode 10 of the Fireside Chat. Thank you guys for joining us very much. We're almost at our 1 year. That's we'll have to discuss amongst ourselves what we're gonna do. I guess we'll take suggestions in our own Discord.
Jin face reveal.
Ooh, possibly. Hype. And OnlyFans.
I will send you a webcam. I have an extra one.
That being said, please tell our viewers where they may find you, starting with 40.
You guys can find me on Twitter and on Twitch and on Discord.
Jin?
Find me on YouTube.
Rez?
YouTube, Twitch, and Discord.
I will say to Rez and Jin, when are you guys going to join Twitter? That being said, you can find me on YouTube, Twitch, of course, Discord. And that being said, thank you guys for joining us very much. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us, and we will see you guys on the next one. All right, take care, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Care.
Oh,
Bye.
we should raid someone. Let's raid. We can raid Crystal Chronicles.
Okay, I'll do that right now.
Let's do it.
Credits. All right, so take it easy,
All
guys.
right. Bye, guys.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.